Mr. Speaker, sir, it is with deep regret that we have learnt of the demise of two former members of Parliament, Mr. Alain Maurice Espitalier Noël, on Monday, 28th of March 2022, at the age of 90, and Mr. Mohamed Yousuf Abdul Razak Haji Mohamed, SC GOSK, on Sunday, 3rd of April, at the age of 88. Mr. Speaker, sir, Mr. Alain Maurice Espitalier Noël was born on 4th August 1931 in Cupip. After completion of his secondary education at the Saint-Esprit College, Mr. Espitalier Noël pursued further studies in accounting and became holder of a professional qualification awarded by the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. From January 1972 to March 1974, he served the Municipal Council of Vaqua Phoenix as Municipal Commission Chairperson. In 1976, he ran for the general election in constituency number 17, Cupip and Midlands, under the banner of the Parti Mauricien Social-Démocrate, and was elected as second member. He was appointed Minister of Local Government, a portfolio which he held until 1979. In 1982, Mr. Espitalier Noël ran for the general election in the same constituency under the banner of Parti de l'Alliance Nationale, but was not elected. Mr. Espitalier Noël was a prominent figure in the business community in Mauritius. Mr. Speaker, sir, may I request you to kindly direct the clerk of the National Assembly to convey the deep condolences of the Assembly to the members of the bereaved family of late Mr. Alain Maurice Espitalier Noël.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I associate myself with the tribute made by the Honourable Prime Minister to late Mr. Maurice Espitalier Noël, former member of the National Assembly. Apart from being a distinguished minister, Mr. Espitalier Noël was also in charge of one of our biggest industrial and agricultural conglomerates in Mauritius, a task which he performed with brilliance. May I therefore also request the clerk to convey our deepest condolences to the bereaved family.
Honourable members, I associate myself with the tribute paid to the memory of late Mr. Espitalier Noël, former Member of Parliament, by the Honourable Prime Minister and Honourable Leader of the Opposition, and I direct the clerk to convey the deep condolences of the Assembly to the bereaved family.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Mr. Yousuf Mohamed, as he was commonly known, was born on 22nd of June 1933 in Port Louis. He attended Royal College Cupip and Royal College Port Louis for his secondary education. In 1954, he left for the United Kingdom to study law at the University of Bristol. In 1960, he was called to the bar at the Middle Temple in London. He returned to Mauritius in 1961 to practice as a barrister. Between 1963 and 1965, he specialized in French law at the Faculté de Droit de Paris, after which he returned to Mauritius and resumed his practice. In 1967, Mr. Mohamed joined the Comité d'Action Musulman, a party founded by his father, Sir Abdul Razak Mohamed. In the same year, he ran for the general election in constituency number 8, Quartier Militaire and Mocha, under the banner of the Independence Party, and was elected third member. He was elected Deputy Chairman of Committees on 2nd of December 1969. He was re-elected for the same position in November 1970 after the prorogation of the Legislative Assembly. In 1976, he ran for the general election in the same constituency under the banner of the Independence Party, but was not elected. He was allocated a seat under the best loser system to serve the Legislative Assembly. He was appointed Minister of Labor and Industrial Relations in December 1976, a post he held until 1979. In November 1979, he resigned as Member of Parliament. From November 1979 to June 1981, Mr. Mohamed served as Ambassador of Mauritius to the Arab Republic of Egypt. In 1981, he returned to Mauritius and resumed his practice. In the same year, he founded the Parti Islamique Mauricien. Mr. Mohamed ran for the 1982 general election for constituency number 3, Port Louis Maritime and Port Louis East, under the banner of his party, but was not elected. In 1983, he contested the general election in constituency number 15, Lacavéan and Phoenix, under the banner of MSM Labour Party, and was elected third member. He was then elected as Deputy Speaker, a position he held until August 1987. He did not contest the 1987 general election. Mr. Speaker, sir, in 1991, Mr. Mohamed participated for the last time in the general election in constituency number 3, Port Louis Maritime and Port Louis East, under the banner of the Labour Party PMSD Alliance, but was not returned. Thereafter, he devoted himself to his legal profession. In July 1995, Mr. Mohamed was elevated to the rank of Senior Counsel, and on 12 March 2003, he was conferred the title of Grand Officer of the Order of the Star and Key of the Indian Ocean. In August 2010, Mr. Mohamed was appointed as Honorary Consul General for the People's Republic of Bangladesh, a post which he held until April 2013. Mr. Mohamed has had a long, fulfilling career in the legal profession. Mr. Speaker, sir, may I request you to kindly direct the Clerk of the National Assembly to convey the deep condolences of the Assembly to the members of the bereaved family of late Mr. Yousuf Mohamed.
With the tribute made by the Honourable Prime Minister to late Maître Yousuf Mohamed, Senior Counsel. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, sir, our country is grieving the loss of a great man, a good man, a brilliant lawyer, and a true patriot. During his 50 years at the bar, Maître Yousuf Mohamed has successfully defended some of the toughest cases, criminal cases in Mauritius. In particular, Mr. Speaker, sir, members of the PMSD will always be grateful to him, and we will never forget his defense of late Sir Gaëtan Duval during the infamous Azo Adelaide case in 1989. Maître Yousuf Mohamed was also an able and courageous minister, one of our youngest post-independence ministers. I also recall that he performed very well as Deputy Speaker of this House. May I therefore request the Clerk, on behalf of the whole opposition, to extend our deepest condolences to his wife, his daughter Nourina Lal Mohamed, and his sons and my colleague, Honorable Shakil Mohamed and Zakir Mohamed. Thank you.
Honourable members, I associate myself with the tribute paid to the memory of late Mr. Yousuf Mohamed, former Member of Parliament, by the Honorable Prime Minister and the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, and direct the clerk to convey the deep condolences of the Assembly.